Hi guys, back today. So just gonna finish painting this. It's all dry. I have caught apparently a little bit of a cold. So I'm gonna try and actually I don't know if it's cold or allergies that are kicking up, but whatever it is has left my nose a little bit stuffy. So I'm gonna try not to sniffle too much. If it gets to be too much, I will pause and just do something else. So glad that I'm not working today, because that would suck. I do hope that I am improved by tomorrow, because I do have to go into work tomorrow. It's not a bad cold, or it's not bad, it's just nasal congestion, but I do have some of the post-nasal. I did once again take the allergy medication that I was taking for my eyes, just to see if, not the eye drops, but just like, was it Zyrtec or Claritin? I can't remember. Anyway, just to see if maybe that's what it was, because did some cleaning yesterday, vacuuming and such, so that could have just stirred up some stuff. I have to say, my two little monsters, I love them so much, but I know there's a but. No, they shed so much. I'm like, wow, you guys, it's so much hair. Okay. Oh gosh, please say it didn't touch the paint that was right there. So easy to paint. I do have to be careful around those edges right there. So I don't obviously get everything painted. Thankfully, this is covering in one coat. So apparently it was a good idea to gesso that first, because otherwise I think it'd be 2 or 3 coats in. Okay. Yikes. Sometimes it's a little hard to hold. Oops, I'm just painting the edge. Being super careful at that edge. Actually, there's some paint that kind of seeped down there. Good. Okay. Now I want to paint this edge. Oops. Painting is so messy. It's not my favorite. Some people love to paint. I do not. Maybe that's why I kind of stay away from, or have in the past stayed away from the mixed medias and just like watercoloring and stuff. I'm just not, honestly, I'm just usually not patient enough for everything to dry. Hi, baby girl. Hey, what are you doing? Hi, buddy. Just a second. Just a second. Let Mama finish this real quick. They're both in here wanting something. I don't know what they want. It is not due to be fed. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and I'll be back, you guys. Okay guys, so back, and it is completely dry. The next thing I'm gonna do is I am going to just start decorating. I do want to get some flowers out because my amazing husband had a fantastic idea of, I'll just show you, on the back. So I'm going to do all of this before, because it looks like a wall, you know, it looks like a house. So what if there were pictures, excuse me. What if there were window frames? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 window frames, and then I have these pictures from the Found Relatives. It's the Tim Holtz ideology portraits and stuff like that. And I'm going to use these 2 images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the images and trying to figure out the best place so that little firefighter guy is, it doesn't matter if I flip it one way or the other, is not completely blocked out. So it's something maybe like that. So I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do 2 on the back, and then on the front, I actually have a door. So I'm going to go ahead and put a door on the front, and then we'll decorate the inside. Now, I already have some paper cut because I thought that this looked like, what's the word I'm looking for? I thought it looked like wallpaper. So I'm going to do that. Now, I need to find the pattern paper that is the wood theme. Now, maybe, oh, I'm dropping some papers here and there. Let's see. Actually, I think that will do, and I'll ink the edges of it. So we'll do that. I was actually at the stamp camp, and now I wish I would have bought it, so I'm going to have to probably invest in it. But at stamp camp, there was a wood embossing folder, and it was really fun. I was like, oh my gosh, like, it just made me very happy. Sorry. So for, oops, my little pieces come off again. My little foot, so it's a little crooked. Let me just stick that back on. Anyway, so when the hubby first was like, what if you put a window there? I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And then it came to mind where I was like, oh, that would be awesome if I had that embossing folder. Obviously, I don't have it, but c'est la vie. We're gonna improvise, and we're gonna keep doing this project. But I just thought his idea was so fantastic. I'm like, oh my gosh, totally didn't even think about it. Okay. Now, sorry, I'm just cutting my paper down a little bit. So that I can get the 2 cut. Okay. And it's not going to, because this is on here crooked, it's not going to cut the planter box out, but I will cut the planter box out as well. Okay. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. Lord, I'm sure some of you guys were like, you're not supposed to put it on there. Like, it's not supposed to have the base. I guess it's been a minute since I cut one of the foam dies. So there's that. There's that. I'm so glad you guys could join me for that. Okay. Right. So there's one cut. Okay. And I'm going to also kind of put some, I was thinking I would put some curtains I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens through this process. Okay, so there's the second one. It's not the second one cut. It is. Okay, I'll just directions. Okay. And didn't quite cut the whole thing. So, and into that. Okay. Right. So anyway, that frame is definitely something that I'm gonna have to invest in shortly. Sorry, I'm just plugging and unplugging things. Because I really like the texture. It was awesome. Okay, all right. Let's get this going. Here we go. So let's go ahead and prep. I've got some other things out too, because I want to decorate the inside of the cover a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. So we'll go ahead. It's going to ink these up just a little bit. And I'm going to actually grab this paper towel because I want to do the insides. And I could grab the my Teflon mat, but this paper towel is going to do just fine for this part of it. This is nice. And I'm not looking for perfect because, again, it is a what do you call it? A vintage look. I've just found that inking the edges like this can sometimes be better, especially if when I'm looking for, I guess, a more distressed look. Oh, look, it didn't even cut it perfectly. I guess I was a little close to the edge of the paper on that one, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Actually just thinking, what if I whitewashed it? Okay. There we go. Okay. That part is done. Now, I just thought these were just so adorable. This one, that one actually needs a little more ink. Just wasn't quite, I guess, dark enough against the picture. It was just a little too light. There we go. Okay. Actually just gonna get a little snip like that. There we go. And I am gonna take just a little bit off of the side, just so So it's not quite as edge to edge, because it before I just cut this, it was very edge to edge. Okay. I really love to get this finished tonight so that I can get it shipped off to my wonderful partner, who has been so patient with me. And she sent me her beautiful project ages ago. Okay. Good thing I used that art glitter glue, otherwise I'd have super mess everywhere. Okay, I am going to adhere this with some foam tape, so it's going to be dimensional. So I will do that. And then this one, I am gonna add some flowers. I was thinking, and now that I've already kind of done what I've done, maybe I could still add underneath. What do you guys think? Some lace. What do you guys think? Kind of digging it. I have this beautiful lace. I think I like the cream colored for two reasons. One, it is adhesive, so it's going to stay a little bit better, but also because just color wise, I like it, I think, a little bit better. So right here, this edge, right here, I'm just going to add a little bit of just regular bit of the beacon. It's 3-in-1, so it just pulls in. There we go. Okay, now let's get the positioning on this one. Okay. About like that. I think that's good. All right, so let's go ahead. Oops, I'm about to dump my let's bring back my paper trimmer that I just put out the way. And trim there. Trim there. And trim there. Oh, fingers crossed we didn't. Well, I didn't trim too much off. Okay. Go ahead. Should use my fabric scissors for that one. My goodness. My poor husband is so tired these days. He has been working really hard. But if you guys couldn't hear it, I have been sick. I did get some of that congestion. So when I'm sleeping, I am snoring a lot, apparently. He said that it's very loud. I mean, he snores a lot too. But he said it's so loud. Anyway, well, apparently the last couple of nights, it's like either woken him up or kept him up for a little bit. So I feel bad. But he's taking a nap right now. And he's snoring really loud right now. Okay, let's well, that's going to be, there's less of the curtain showing on this one, but that's just how it's going to be. Okay, I think that these, it just reminded me of an attic. That's really kind of what it was, that was kind of my goal, to make it look like an attic, but I can't take all the credit because this is the hubby's idea. Okay. What do you think? Okay, and I'm going to, I have the planter boxes, so I can add a couple flowers. If they were just a little bit smaller, I could get 4 of them on there, but it's okay. I think I like it like this. And then up here, I'm going to add some more flowers. Kind of like a, I guess a gutter. I don't know, that sounds really bad, but okay. So I like that. I'm going to go ahead and put the top on this real quick. Now, let's go ahead. And I'm going to cover the entire back with the foam dimensionals. Got my big mama roll. Cannot forget, I have to do my Creative Weekly Wisdom. I need to get that done. I had an idea and I thought I wrote it down, and apparently I did not. So now I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I was almost thinking, I mean, it's been done quite a bit, but crackle, like showing the technique with Elmer's glue. So I know that there's products out there that help, you know, that will do the crackle effect. I just generally purchase the Elmer's glue and do it that way. apparently that other one I had it over a little bit farther. So let's go ahead. And one thing I really wish I had was a little rocking horse. I think that would be just adorable. I don't know why. I just think it would be cute. All right, now think like that. I'm also, just to ensure that it super sticks, I'm going to add some of the Beacons glue, just because I'm not sure how the adhesive on the foam tape is going to like hold. Like, I don't know that it would hold on to the paint and then the effect. You know what I should have done? I should have made one of these into a pocket so I could put the swap information on it. I guess we'll just have to like hide it someplace else. Okay, now I'm just looking for some flowers. Okay. Okay, so I have they seem kind of big. Not gonna lie, they seem a little bit large for this area. I do have some pretty green ones that I could use. This could work with a couple different sizes. And look at me thinking that I wasn't going to use a single flower on this project. I do have, let me see, I don't really have many off-white or cream colored flowers. Okay, so the only way to really get into this and really start getting everything down is to bring it in and start just adhering. Okay. All right. So I know I want to pop up part of it. So this part will be kind of forward a little bit. So get some glue on there. Might as well just get that cut now, and it doesn't have to be obviously perfect. Ugh. Guys, so my littlest sister, youngest, the baby of the family, she married her husband who's in the Army, and he is awesome. He takes care of her and makes her happy, and so I'm happy, but I'm very sad because when they got together, he was stationed down in California. So my sister, I'm sure you guys heard me talk about this, moved down to California to be with her husband, and so that made me sad. But Jack and I helped her move down there, so it was kind of like a bonding thing, you know. I gotta, you know, kind of send her off. And anyway, so he has a back injury, and his unit called him back because he wasn't improving, like his back wasn't improving, and that's a whole nother story in of itself. But anyway, it just, like, the physical therapist that was treating him in California, and you would think California would have, like, you know, decent, like, physical therapists and stuff like that. No, this woman was a quack. My sister was telling me about some of the exercises that she wanted him to do, and I'm like, with the injury on his back, that is actually going to aggravate his injury more, not make anything better. So anyway, he gets called back. Well, he's originally from Oklahoma, so he has to go back to Oklahoma, and so my sister has to go too. And so they're living in Oklahoma now while he's doing stuff for his back and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Well, they bought a house in Oklahoma, and I'm like, great, my little sister is never coming home now, which makes me sad, but, you know, I guess kind of was inevitable, you know, but that's just makes me sad. So anyway, they bought a house, and this morning she texts me, and she's like, I woke up to tornado sirens. And I'm like, yeah. And so, I mean, we're from Minnesota. Well, I'm from Minnesota originally. Sammy, my baby sister, she was actually born here in Washington. So we moved out here, and then 2 years later she was born. So I was like, yeah, what about it? She's like, it's just scary. You know, thankfully they haven't had any real tornadoes yet, as far as any funnels. You know, there's nothing been touching down or, you know, anything like that. It's just been warnings and possibilities and things like that. But yeah, it just kind of, well, it makes me worry, one, but then, you know, I have to laugh. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of Midwest life, you know. It's a tornado, you know, she's going to be right there. I mean, in Washington, we have earthquakes that, you know, there's no hiding from or anything like that, but it's just, she cracks me up. She's all freaked out. Is that mean? Like, I kind of feel like it's a little mean to be laughing at her about worrying about the tornado. I mean, don't get me wrong, like growing up, I always worried about tornadoes too, but, you know, I was born there and had many years practicing for them. I guess it's maybe different when you're an adult and you haven't been exposed to it basically your whole life. I mean, you should have a healthy fear of Mother Nature and all that she's capable of, but still, you know, there's those individuals that instead of going inside to the storm shelter, they're out there filming on their front porch. And that just, I don't know. I mean, I want to watch it for a little bit, but I want to be as safe as I can be during the event. So that's just my 2 cents. So my other sister is getting married. They just set their wedding date for May 25th. And I'm trying to be excited, you guys. Like, I love her and I want her to be happy, and I want my nephew to have like a full family, you know, and, you know, grow up mom and dad, you know. But I'm trying to like him, and I just don't. You know, like, there's people in life that you just don't care for. He just happens to be one of them, and it's, you know, not, I don't know, it's just personality-wise, I guess. I'm sure that, you know, like, my hubby isn't everybody's cup of tea. I'm sure that there are things that my sisters don't like about him, you know, but they're supportive, and, you know, they're, you know, if he treats me right and I'm happy, you know, they're going to support it. So I am definitely trying to do that for my sister. However, I think he just comes from a different style of family. I don't want to say that we're whatever, but I mean, I don't know, guys. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Yeah. I don't know, it's just different family styles, and I just, our families are very different in the way that we go about things. And I'm not saying his family style is wrong, because, you know, that's his family. There's just, I'm like, you just don't do that in a family. I don't want to call anyone out, so anyway, we'll just move on from there. Let's see. But I have to say, my little nephew is the cutest little baby. I'm probably biased. Like, I'll admit, I'm super biased. I really am. But he is so cute. I will actually show you something which I think is hilarious, because you know how people are always like, oh, he looks just like his dad or whatever. I don't think he looks like his dad. I think he looks like my sister. So it's my sister Rachel's baby, okay? But this is what I find so funny. You see that? Okay, that's my nephew right there. So cute, right? That's my sister Sammy, the one whose husband is in the Army when she was a baby. And I go, they just look so much alike. Call me crazy. I mean, I am a little crazy, but I just think that Riker just looks so much like Sammy when she's a baby. Just my 2 cents. So I always have to giggle, because I think that people are wrong when they say that he looks like his dad, because his dad does not look like my sister at all. So that's my opinion for what it's worth. And depending on who you ask, it ain't worth that much. And that's okay. So, oh yeah, so getting back to it. So Saturday, I'm going dress shopping with my sister, and I'm trying to be excited and supportive and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, like, I'm gonna be just totally candid and honest with you guys. When my sister told me that she was pregnant, it was a shock in a way. Like, I don't know if I told you guys, but I actually had a dream that she was pregnant. And so it was just such a strong dream. And I asked her, I said, are you pregnant? And she goes, no, no. You know, she laughs and she's like, no, of course I'm not pregnant. And it was like 2 weeks later, she's like, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant. Anyway, so there was that. So I think that was honestly like God's way of preparing me that she was pregnant. So when she told me, she actually called me and my other sister Sammy and was like, hey, I want to video chat with you. So we get on and we're talking, and immediately I was like, you're pregnant, aren't you? And so, oh geez. So we get into it, and yes, she is pregnant. And she's like, I'm so nervous, you know, I'm going to need my sisters, blah, 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 blah. So I start getting excited, and I'm like, my sister's pregnant. This is so exciting. You know, it's, you know, her first baby, and it's the first grandbaby for, you know, our side of the family. And so I'm just very excited about it. And then for the next 9 months, she basically shut me out of her life. And, you know, it's not like we had a falling out or anything like that. I know that, you know, she was dealing with a lot and she was adjusting to a lot of stuff. And I 100% get that. And so, you know, you can't fault someone for needing to kind of process everything, you know, because she's, you know, she was pregnant, you know, going through a life-changing event. Totally get that. But it really hurt my feelings. And because I would try and reach out to her and ask her, hey, you know, do you want to, sorry guys, do you want to hang out? Do you want, after I sneezed. My nose just started running. You know, I'd be like, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to craft? Because her and I used to craft together, and we had, excuse me, we both belonged to the, oh, there's a couple of spots that didn't get paint on them. A local card exchange. So, you know, like there was, you know, some of that stuff that was, you know, that we did together like all the time. And so, you know, so it's like, you know, we would hang out and whatnot. And so we, oh, and she would also do my hair. Like, she'd also like do the bleach, and she would, for a long time I had purple in it. And so she was the one who was adding the purple to my hair. And so we would, you know, make a day of doing hair and that kind of stuff, and that turned out so cute, guys. I'm totally loving that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this upper ledge right there. So it was like shortly after she told me and my other sister, Sammy, that she was pregnant, that it all kind of just stopped. And I was like, okay, you know, I get it. You know, I was like, I get it, you know, relationship, blah, 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 you know, trying not to, I guess, be jealous. I mean, honestly, I was just trying to make sure that what I was feeling wasn't jealousy, you know, because I was used to having my sister, you know, hang out with her whenever kind of wanted to, you know, whatever, you know, because, you know, she didn't have to, she wasn't in, you know, a relationship, and then, you know, she met her now fiance, and, you know, they started dating, and, you know, when you date someone, you spend more time with them, and so, you know, that was kind of, we were already kind of going through, I guess, that growing pain adjustment already, and I was okay with that, because I knew that that was coming, and I guess the hardest part about everything was when she said, I'm going to need my sister, I'm going to need, you know, support and that kind of stuff, that when it came down to it, basically for her entire pregnancy, with the exception of the baby shower at my mom's pastor's house, and the baby shower that I threw her at my mom's, like, I didn't see her, except I think during her whole pregnancy, I saw her 4 times. And that was Christmas and Thanksgiving. And then the 2 baby showers. So that was hard for me to kind of adjust to, especially because I had been reaching out, wanting to just, you know, spend time with her. Not, you know, I knew she was pregnant and tired, so, you know, she didn't want to spend 6 hours doing hair. Get it. Totally fine. But I just added some of that pearl trim right there, you guys. It just worked out better for me to add it like that. Yeah, so I wasn't not upset by that, because I get it. So, yeah, I was just, you know, my feelings were hurt, and I was trying to just make sure it wasn't that I was feeling jealous, because that was like, you know, like, I don't want that ugly jealousy feeling to be the reason why, you know, I can't be happy and celebrate for my sister. So, anyway, so she just told me that they set the date, and I'm trying to be excited about it. But she also told me, she's like, I want you to be involved in it. You know, I'm going to need help with, you know, some of the things that I want to do, and, you know, you're my sister. And I'm like, I'm trying to be excited, but I just feel like because of what happened last time, I'm still like really hurt about it. To be honest, I don't want to be petty about it, but I still feel hurt by it because nothing was ever really resolved. I guess honestly, I did try and talk to her about it while she was pregnant, and I thought that I was going about it in a very kind and loving way, and you know, just saying, hey, I'm feeling this way, you know, like it's you know, I know it's me, but I'm, you know, I miss my sister, I miss hanging out with you, this is how I'm feeling about it, and I really didn't appreciate her response, because it was basically that I was like, how do I explain it? Basically, she made me feel like I didn't have a right to be upset about anything, and that I was being, I guess, selfish, you know, that, you know, that I was even bringing anything up. So it really hurt my feelings. And so that, oh gosh, that's so much glue. That hasn't been resolved. And so trying not to be, oh, you know, petty and blah, blah, blah. But I also think that I should be allowed to feel however I want to feel. You know, if I feel like my feelings were hurt, you know, I guess I just was like, just at least acknowledge that I have feelings. I don't know, you guys. It's such a hard situation. Like, family situations are so exhausting. So exhausting. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing this. Sorry. I'm actually just building flowers. So, but that's my two, like, so she, they set the date, and now dress shopping this Saturday. And honestly, I don't want to go. But I'm going to go because I want to make sure that I don't want to miss out on experiences with my sister for petty reasons. Although, you know, I do feel valid in feeling the way that I do. I don't want to miss experiencing things with my sister. Does that make sense, guys? I don't know. It's going to be fun. So I will update you guys on how all of that goes, because his family's gonna be there. Yeah. Yay. I guess I don't understand. Because she also invited, like, his mom, his stepmom, his sisters. I don't know. It's just a really big party going. I don't know. Like I said, our families are just a little different. So sometimes in settings where they're there, it just gets uncomfortable sometimes. Okay. Oh, I think that's so pretty. I think that that came out so pretty. I am tempted to do the top, but I think it'll just look weird if I just start adding flowers on the top of it. Just don't think. Yeah, I'm not going to add flowers to the top of it. I'm going to save some of these for the front. Okay, I think most of those are dry. Okay. Go ahead and prop it up like that. Okay, I need some water. Oh, that was a lot of talking. Ouch, just stabbed myself with those dang scissors. So, where is that paper? There it is. Okay, so that's going to go here, like so. And I have some ephemera set aside for that, but I should paint. Oh, I just propped everything up. Not moving everything, am I? Nope. Okay. Actually, move this in. There we go. Be careful when I paint this edge. Okay. And I don't have to paint the whole thing. I just need to paint the edges of it. This would have been so much better if I would have decided to paint this color in the beginning. So I didn't have to be so careful. Actually, I'm pretty lucky that it's just kind of a straight edge. Might need 2 coats, but I am going to add some trim around the edge of the paper. And the more I look at this, the more I go, do I really want to put it on feet? Like, do I really think it needs feet? I don't know. What do you guys think? Because it's going to be hard to add the feet. I've done it before. It just doesn't, it's not like normal feet, I guess. The configuration isn't, you know, on the 4 corners. Because if you do it on the 4 corners, then it won't open. I also feel like it's very white. Like for it to be vintagey, it's very white. But I don't want to mess with it and add like try and like ink it up and stuff and then totally goob the whole project. Because don't, definitely don't want that. Okay. I do have a little leftover piece. I don't like that look, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it as is. As I like go, what if I paint it? No, that looks even worse, so we're definitely not going to do that. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to go rinse this brush. Wait for this to dry. And I'll be back in a minute.